have R&B Divas LA's Lil Mo. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
No problem.
So what did you think of the reunion show last night?
The reunion was everything. Hold on a second, because my son, as soon as I started doing the interview, he followed me around the house. Hold on.
Okay.
James, come get Jonah. I'm doing an interview. Okay, well, I'm doing an interview, so you're just going to have to keep him for a couple of minutes. Thanks. Hello, sorry about that. It was everything. I think that was a perfect way that reunion should be. Bring it everything that frustrated you, everything that made you happy, everything that you wanted to get out, let have, and get done. You say that for the reunion, just like a family reunion. You know, reunions happen, and that's where the good, the bad, the ugly goes down. But at the end, you should have a resolve. And I'm totally satisfied with part 1 and part 2. And they did little to no editing. Like, it wasn't mad stuff cut out at all.
Okay. We noticed you had a moment yesterday. You got very emotional when you saw footage of Kelly's monologue of her kind of sharing that she was molested and raped when she was younger. Was that because you were thinking about your own experience, or because you had talked to her about that before, or?
It was the fact that I was thinking about when I was, like, around that same age. Like, I guess this era of, I would say, between 32 to 45, it just seems like everybody in that age bracket was molested by somebody at the age of 3. And, like, it just brought up old memories. And I was just like, I know that when I did my diva log, I had spoke about it briefly, but I didn't get a chance to cry because, you know, time constricted. So I just sang through my pain. Yesterday at the reunion, like, I had to let it go because I was just like, yo, until you let that thing go, that thing will haunt you, that thing will invade your privacy, it will take over your life. It has even sometimes destroyed relationships because you don't trust people. You know, molestation is when someone takes advantage of you, it's just like, it's just pointless. And for her to say that she was raped, see, that word is real tricky. There's molestation and there's rape. For her to say she was raped at 3 years old by a female, I really want to look into that a little bit more because when we had met at her house and she was telling us about it, we were all just like, wow. When she told us about the situation with her female cousin, she said she was molested. When we got on that stage yesterday, she said she was raped. I've never been raped. That word just does something to my soul. Claudette was raped. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay, so now maybe that's the reason why she's so defensive and standoffish, or whatever the case may be, whatever she gave the cameras, but then whatever the case may be, something happened in her childhood. She needs to go get therapy because that's a serious issue. Like, people don't understand it. That I get therapy. I think everyone, especially in this music industry and entertainment, you need to, certain things won't just come out by just, you know, oh, well, forget about it, dust it under the rug. Some things you need neutral parties to discuss, and it don't have to be people, you know, it needs somebody that you can just release it to and let it go, like, for real.
Yeah. You don't think, because, you know, I was going to ask, do you think she's had therapy yet? And I think she did say that was, like, her first time sharing it outside of, like, her husband. So, okay.
Yeah. So I hope that cousin don't come out of hiding, and because, you know, everybody coming out the woodwork now that the show on. Child, people, ex-husbands releasing statements. That cousin's going to come out and going to say something.
Well, I mean, it is, and I'm not a therapist, and I don't, you know, work in the field, but is there a big difference when you're 3 years old from being molested and being raped? I don't know. I mean, well,
according to a therapist that I know, the way that it was recalled, that's not normal behavior. This is what I could say from my experience. I didn't get therapy when I was young, but my nephew was molested by a family member from his father's side, and they had to go through therapy. And everything, the way they asked them certain questions, kids don't lie. But for her to remember that almost 37 years later, like total recall, I don't know how to explain it. Like, a doctor would have to break it down. It was just, body language speaks volumes. And so it was just like, you know, maybe it just looked like she was still holding on to it. I don't know if there's more to the story, if more happened. But just imagine being a 3-year-old child. And I can ask my son something today, and he'll remember it total recall. But if you ask me something that happened, I don't know I was molested. I don't remember everything that happened, what I had on, what they said to me. I don't remember that. I do remember something happened. So it's just like, it's just a doctoral thing, and that's not my expertise. I just watch and I pray.
Right. What were you surprised at all about hearing Miss Chalet talk about how she was in abusive relationships with Dr. Dre?
Yes. Like, that's surprising. Because you know what's crazy is that, honestly, the one I'm closest with the most is Miss Chalet. I would say on the show, me and Shantae had mad scenes together, and we got closer because we've worked together before, and she loves my son Jonah. She's like, oh my God, I want my little chunky baby. Like, so she would just give him all these kisses, and he loved her. So it was just like, oh man, like we're just all moms, so we just like nurture. And if one was caught, like not caught slipping, but like if it's just like, all right, girl, I know this is gonna be a crazy day. Let's just get this over with. Like we was never there to just be like, we're gonna blame everything that happens on production. We just like, let's just get the day over with. We gotta get back to these kids. So that was me and Shantae's closest. But with Miss Chalet, like we got close like towards the end, like on a personal, like me and her talk on the phone a lot, but she's never mentioned to me. She told me that she was beat, but she never said who. So when she said it that day, when I say I gagged for my life, all this time I thought it was Suge. Mm-hmm. I never knew it was Dre. But when she told us that, remember he beat up the lady from that show D Barnes?
Yes.
He beat her up back in the day. Like he used to beat women. And I said, okay, from a therapeutic side, when men beat women, that's an issue with me. That's a deep-rooted issue that leads me to believe that there's some other activity going on in his life that is just giving me some type of tease. And I'm not going to talk about that man because I don't have to sleep with that man and I don't have to do no business with him. But you don't, like he broke her nose, son. She's 5'2". I'm 4'11". He's like 16. He's 2 of her. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
It's never that serious. And chances are she ain't even do nothing. Like her light voice, and I'm pretty sure it was lighter than she was. Yeah, that's his son's mother. Unacceptable.
Yeah, I think that shocked a lot of people. But I will say, I'll be honest with you. You know, there were rumors. I mean, I don't work in the industry, like in terms of I'm not an entertainer, but we've always heard that. Honestly, a lot of us have heard. That's not the first time we've heard that before. All the time I thought it was Suge. I never knew it was Dre. I always thought that he tried to keep the peace because, he had an image to uphold. He was like, every time I think of Dre, all I think about is Eminem and just hit records and just stuff like that. And all of a sudden he's a comic. I would have never thought he was a woman beater till she reminded us of a lot of females that he's put his hands on. But ain't never put his hand on no man. Like, no, I can't. Have you had a chance to talk to Kelly since, I guess, the reunion, or when's the last time you've had a conversation with her? Or how's the relationship? Okay, really?
Yep. Yeah, that's it. That hug to me, that was staged. I think the wizard, one of her wizards, told her to hug me and hug everybody because she hugged, and then after that, nobody spoke again. And then I'll tell you some double thing. If she really, and maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but if she really meant that, then what hurt my feelings was, but this is stuff y'all won't get to see, is that Miss Chalet is a sweet person. My makeup artist said, girl, there go, because she has another makeup, but there go Kelly throwing shit. She said, Miss Chalet went to go speak to her, and they said nobody's allowed by her dressing room. Talking about Kelly's dressing room. I was like, are you serious? So she had to talk to her through the door. I said, I can't. That's why when she got on that stage and try to act like she was humble and nothing went down, I'm just like, are you serious right now? Mm-hmm. Child, I can't. I don't have anything to say to her. So if we do a season 2 and she's in, they don't have to write anything with me and her together. Like, no thing. Not even a drama thing. Because I'm not going to say anything to her. I do not trust her spirit.
You said you don't trust her?
I don't trust her spirit.
Her spirit, okay. Okay, so do you have no conversation? Do you have any interest of maybe sitting down later?
No, because I don't believe it would be genuine. I don't know if it's because I'm a Scorpio, but when I'm over it, I let it go. I wish her the best. She said they're touring their book. I wish them the best because she sings down. But as far as personal, no. As far as business, like that's something that my lawyer and their lawyer would have to discuss, like behind the scenes if we do a second season. Like I would want to get paid extra to have to deal with. Like if she's one of the people that you have to deal with. You can't just be like, see how me and you talking, we chopping it up. Like it's a total different feel, and I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel anything genuine about it, and I'm not being facetious because there's more that goes on behind the scenes that I won't reveal. But I be hearing about people from that camp watching my tweets and then calling around asking people, everybody taking sides. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Stop. Get your money. This platform was set for us to get back working. All right, I was booked, but now I'm triple booked for the fact that this platform was set before me. So why is you worried about my tweets? Why was they worried at Essence? Yeah, because like nobody's thinking about them. Like in real life, I can't even express my aggravation because I'm motivated to move forward. That's why I'm putting the singles out. I'm going on tour. I'm doing all this. So I'm just like, so your whole platform was to talk about the producers of the show that you can't even validate any of these things that you allege that they say, but kept on pulling up their phone, talking about she got emails and stuff, and didn't read not one of them. Like, come on, yo. I know it's 6 different women, it's 6 different vantage points, but I will tell you this straight up. I did not come here, nor do I have a reason to lie about anything that I said, did, or am saying today. Like, so people need to get their lives together.
How long you all were friends before this, right?
We knew each other. We never worked together. We never did any shows together. But we was cool. My husband and her husband was cool. Like, we went to celebration. We got together. I was going to her church. That day we ate the dinner at her house for Shantae's birthday. I bleached her counters. I washed the dishes. Like, I would say I was being a humble servant for the simple fact that I respected her. As, she was in this industry. I know what it's like to be a brown skin sister in this industry. You have to work extra harder. Yes, it is true. But ain't nobody going to tell you you can't get no work because you just got to work harder because, you don't want people to just see, that's the brown girl that can sing. That's just, there's a lot of stereotypes that I had to overcome myself. So I knew the struggle, and I thought she was my big sister. But when she believed a lie and didn't even come to me, if somebody lie on me, I'm going to check them right then and there. I've done it to everybody. Somebody be like, yeah, I heard Mo. I'll be like, yo, I heard you at that. And I'm just like, because I know if you tell a secret in the circle, by the time they get back to you, it's already done twisted up. People like, no, it wasn't like that, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, you straighten your face. Let's keep it moving. Life is too short. But when she believed a lie and didn't even ask me about it, but I've heard her say out her mouth some things about people that she all of a sudden befriended, I'm just like, yo, son, you ain't real. You ain't about this. You ain't about this life. She wanted to use the show to say that she was booked and do some shows. I don't think she was ever about camaraderie or friendship. I do to this day. I'm just like, the way she announced that tour, and it was a big surprise that I see Shantae had to play along with it. But then after that, they was like, first of all, we haven't even signed no contract. So it's like this whole movement is all about her, and that's understandable. But don't say you're doing this. I'm sister, and everybody said F. Kelly. I'm saying, show me one piece of footage where anybody said that. I never said that. We was filming on set, nor do I say that today. I just be like, yo, God bless her. I can't say ever because she could do that. She could say that about herself. Like, God, please. Like, come on. We're too old for that. Wow, okay. I'm still in my 30s, so I still got a little bit more ratchet to do that I could get away with. But once I turn 40, child, please, none of my whole vernacular is going to switch to, the whole Cynthia thing, because there's that thing going on, too.
Okay. Well, you mentioned the tour, and I did chat with Shantae more last night about the tour.
Okay.
When she announced at the end of the reunion that they were going on tour, I'll be honest, you looked like it bothered you a bit. Did it, or was that something? Or
no, it didn't bother me. It was like I was like, oh Lord, here she go, one of these secrets and surprises again. So when she announced the tour, she said, Shantae. I don't know if they edited this audio, but Misha was like, well, why didn't nobody ask me? So that was like, I'll say background. What you mean you'll say background? No, you have just as much right to be on the tour as everyone else does. So don't act. So for that surprise, Shantae didn't even know that she was going to announce it. So I was like, ooh. So it was more like she just tried your life. Because then that was to go and say, like, yeah, so if I really made the straight edge razor comment was her husband, why would she be going on tour? That was all a ploy to try to downplay the way she acted this whole season. Trust me.
What have you? Moving off Kelly for a bit. Do you know at all why John missed the reunion? We've heard and read her ex-husband kind of put a gag sort of situation where she wasn't able to go and I guess talk about her or slander her or something like that. Is there any truth to that, or do you know any reason why she wasn't there, or besides she didn't?
I don't know. I don't care, and she wasn't missed because all she was gonna do is get there. I think she was scared. Child, as soon as she heard Wendy Williams' name, that thing gagged. That's what I personally think. I don't think it had anything to do with no gag or can't nobody gag, nothing. She, like, please, they've been talking about that situation for the longest. And I think that's what she told the producers to get picked for the show. So she had no choice but to talk about it, or else she could have stayed at her home. Like, what else did she talk about? While we was in the midst of filming, I saw at TMZ where and Cindy and them had won the name and vote, so she couldn't talk about that no more. And nobody wanted to keep on seeing weeks of her going to different doctors for facilities. When I connected her with my OBGYN for Baltimore, he was just like, well, she needs to go get internal again. Because any woman over the age of 35 that hasn't given birth to children at all is considered high risk. So he was just like, well, her age and not trying to be funny or facetious, it's going to be virtually impossible. Even with the doctoral ethics that go along with getting someone pregnant, like she would have to probably be on bed rest the whole time. She would have to be highly monitored, and that's very expensive. The show wasn't going to pay for it, and I don't think she had the insurance or the money stacked up to do it. If she did, everybody was saying, yo, you should adopt. Like, there are kids out here. But, yeah, I just want that feeling of being pregnant. I said, child, don't get it twisted. Morning sickness is nothing to play with. But I understand that, but that doesn't make you less of a woman if you haven't given birth to a child. So I wanted her to let that part go. But the fact that the husband popped up and said she's defamed his character, that's between them. I didn't think that had anything to do with her not showing up because she didn't have to mention him at the reunion.
Okay.
She could have said, due to contractual and legal ramifications, I can't speak on that situation, but however, I can let you know that my song is coming out. But no, she had nothing to promote and nothing to do, and Kelly probably told her to stay home too. Because it was odd. Kelly was the only one that texted and said, hey, are you coming? Would love to see you here. She knew she wasn't coming.
Okay. Well, I have to ask this question. And this came up during the reunion show, and you kind of made a joke about it towards the end. Have you ever heard reports questioning Kenny Lattimore's sexuality?
No, that's crazy. I didn't even know they was divorced till she said something. I was like, okay, that was another one, because I had just saw him at Kelly's church. And I've never heard anything about his sexuality. Truth be told, I heard him go with the lady Sean Robinson. So I was like, oh, one thing he's gonna do is he's gonna pull him a snatch fish. So that's why I was just like, I had never heard that. People say everybody's gay. People say Usher gay. People say Justin Timberlake gay. People try to say A$AP Rocky is gay. They say everybody's gay. As soon as you pop it. So I don't know. I've never seen him with a man. I've never seen him I've never seen that. I've never seen his assistant. I worked with him as well. And I've seen her. Every time I see her, she gives me like that Shanice vibe. Like, you ever see somebody, I'll be like, yo, y'all look so freaking nice. And I asked him one time, I said, do you ever get mad? And he was just like, yeah, sometimes I get upset. I said, look, you can't even tell the truth about getting mad. Like, that's how it is. He's really a humble guy. And that's a rarity. I don't know what went on in marriage, and I'm not going to speak on it. But if she has valid proof and claims that there was some infidelity due to sexuality, then that's between her, him, and God, and the vows that they made. Because don't nobody just all of a sudden be, okay, now I'm gay. It don't just work like that. She either been new and didn't care, or whatever the case may be. I've never picked that up from him. I've never seen him I've never seen him give me any type of tea. Now, maybe his niceness could be mistake. I don't know, but he's a nice guy to me.
Okay.
He's never done anything wrong to me.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up.
Yep.
So what's going on with you? I know we have the single on iTunes. I know we have t-shirts and such. Can you talk a little bit about what you have going on outside of the show?
Yeah, outside of the show, because I'm known for my one-liners and stuff. It was just like, okay. Once the show started airing, I would say by the fourth week, that's when I was like, all right, we're gonna start taking bookings because our numbers started coming in, and I wanted to raise my honorarium. Hello, so. I can say today that I'm booked in real life. Coming November, actually the first day of tour is going to be my birthday. So I'm going back on tour with Ja Rule. So while the other ladies are getting their tour together, mine's already booked, and the tickets are actually on sale now. They went on sale this morning at 9 o'clock. With Ja Rule and friends, and people can read the lineup. And so right now we're starting off with 15 cities, but we also have 38 cities pending because we know the East Coast don't want it, the West Coast, and possibly overseas. But it's just like, with Ja being home now, he just recently got home. It was just like, yo, let's get on this road. Let's get back to our core audience and our fan base. That's why when I make the comment, I don't mean to be facetious. It's just I shoot straight from the hip. I was like, I had a show on Crossover Hit Radio with the CHR. I have never done an urban AC show. I've done the Tom Joyner crews and stuff, but for the most part, those are the type of artists, those are the more, I would say, mature artists. I'm not ready to grow all the way up yet and sing grown people's songs. I like to sing songs. I'm a diva, turn up a little bit, curse a little bit still, and have fun. So I was like, I'd rather do a hip-hop tour first, and I'll do an R&B tour maybe when I turn 40 or something. So I still got like 4 years left. Hey.
Okay. And so, a question: Would you agree that, or would you disagree that this show has revived, I guess, your career?
Oh yeah, definitely. Anytime you're on TV, it revives anything that was sleep. For the simple fact that I did everything as an artist. People say I sang even when I didn't want to. I gave personality. I got my hair and makeup done every day. I didn't repeat outfits. I just gave it up for the camera. So it was just like, that's what people want to see. It's entertainment. Of course it's a show, but would it be a reality TV? I mean, it's not scripted. You're supposed to be real. That it didn't get no more realer than what I did. And everything that I wrote on my bucket list to get and accomplish with this show is coming into fruition. So I'm not even mad at all of the blessings and the doors that are flinging open just because I decided to trust the process.
Okay. Have there been any meetings about a spinoff?
Oh no, I'm not gonna have those yet. Only because I'm signed on to do R&B Divas LA. So what our numbers doing great. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a second season unless something really crazy happens. So we'll see. But I do want to spin off. I gotta just see if I'm contractually allowed to do that. But that's something that my lawyer and Think Factory and TV One will have to discuss. So, but I put that thing in the atmosphere because it doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. It can even be like a fun like talk show or something like that. I like all these shows that are coming out and they're like having entertainers on it, co-hosts and stuff. I was like, shoot, I would love to have a walk-on or Wendy show because I love her energy. I love the way that she kept it funky and real and borderline messy for the reunion, but because she has a crossover mainstream audience now, she didn't get to the point where it made people want to fight. Nobody ever felt on that stage. No one ever felt like, okay, I'm going to have to fight up in here. No, my shoes was too high. My makeup was too deep. My hair was too laid. My waist was too smashed to be up there trying to fight somebody on some reunion stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, it costs too much money to produce that whole situation if somebody come there and mess it up. And I'm not going to be, one thing, I know a lot of people, they probably wrote me off because they thought I was going to be the problem child and one. But a lot of people have been hitting me up. It's like, yo, you know what's crazy is I never expected you to be my favorite, but you wound up being my favorite. And I was like, I thank you for that. I didn't seek to be the most famous one or the one, but I was very interactive with my fans while the show, well, I call them my leaders. I was very interactive while the show was on Twitter, doing interviews, doing radio tours and stuff like that. I can't say everybody else took advantage of that. I don't know because maybe I didn't really pay attention, but I said for me and my brand, like, y'all want to do interviews? Let's get it. Let's clear the air, and I get to tell my side of the story. Of course, everybody's going to have contradiction, of opinions, but trust me, the majority of them know that I ain't lied since I was born. Well, I tried to lie when I was little, but I ain't lied no time. We shot from February 19th to April 22nd.
Okay. I know that you said, and you just said it now, you're absolutely would be down for, and it's highly likely that you all have a season 2, so you'll be down. If you got to remove anybody from the cast, who would it be?
See, it's real difficult to say. I would say that it's not about removal. Sometimes it's about addition. Dawn doesn't have to come back because she kept on saying it was ghetto, this and that. But I'm telling you, all the ghetto things that could have happened, it was from her. From the backbiting to the talking about people to the not wanting to perform to making excuses to the car situation to everything. I was just like, girl, you have the nerve to call the pot. Like, come on, son. But she doesn't have to return. I really would like Claudette to open up more because she has a great story. I don't know what, because the eyes don't line. A lot of people said she looks depressed and sad, but she's really a bundle of life. So I'm just like, yo, she gonna have to come out with her story more and share her pain so people can gravitate to it. Because there's a lot of women who have been raped, who have been almost homeless, who've had to file for like social services in order to try to get housing. You know what I'm saying? So this show came right in the nick of time, but you didn't really get to see that story shared. You saw it briefly, and then after that, it was just like, you really didn't see much. Shantae was perfect. I hope if there's a second season, I wonder what the B story would be, because I'm pretty sure that Kenny's situation and the divorce and the child support, that's not gonna keep on sustaining, because it's just like nobody wants to keep on talking about my baby daddy, this, and he could be gay and this and that. Nobody wants to keep on talking about that. So I know she has a great team around her that's gonna make sure that she steps it up a notch as well. Misha Lay, she could be more vocal. A lot of people say, oh, well, I can't get over her voice. So I'm just like, her personality and her, like, that's enough right there. Like, get into her. And then she'll tell more of her story come around the second season. Shelly, I've heard from, like, producers and people, they're just like, she's the good kind of crazy. But if she's going to continue to talk about production and the wizard and make up these lies and stuff, then she can stay home. If she really doesn't want to be there, then nobody's holding a gun to your head to show up. I think it would be great to add people like maybe like Shanice or stuff like that, like just to add a balance of somebody. But you know what? It's really hard to say, because there's so many people like Samia, like people like that, and it's just like this show, because it's doing so well, this show once was looked at, oh, these are brides who fell off a little bit, that ain't trying to be relevant. No, this is a great platform. It's television. If reality TV can make people who ain't never been famous, then what can it do for people who've had some notoriety in their life? So it's just like, this is just another way to get back and inch back in the industry, and so people can know the reason why they loved you and why they, or why they don't like you no more.
Right. Well, have you had any conversations with any of the cast from R&B Divas Atlanta?
I'm cool with Selena, Monifa, Miss Angie, and that's basically all I mainly talk to from Atlanta. Me and Kiki had a show at the Howard Theater, and Faith wasn't really hardly on it. She an executive producer. She's like, ain't nobody got time. Hello? She just want to be with her kids and stuff like that, get her check, and go on home, So, and me and Faith, like, I've been friends with Faith for like 11 years. But other than that, I've met Nikki like one time, and Latasha is cool. I haven't spoken to her in years though, because I just haven't seen her. But my husband and her husband, they're cool. They talk all the time. So it's just like, the Atlanta kid is crazy that I'm that cool with. They're on their whole Atlanta kids, but me and Monique will be the closest because we talk together the most.
Okay. All right. Well, before I let you go, I just have a few random off-topic questions. How do you feel about Keisha Cole apologizing to Michelle?
That's a great stride. I don't know if that was a management or a personal decision, but that's how you keep it moving. I didn't even know she apologized.
You didn't?
No.
Well, you need to.
Did she, or you were saying like what did she do?
No. First of all, you need to stay up to breath on the jazzandbrand.com. But they had a conversation. Okay, this is according to their tweets to each other. They had a conversation offline about it, because it sparked back up when it was Michelle did a radio interview, and I think someone asked her again about it, and she was just like, I don't know where the comment came from Keisha. I was rooting for her. I have a adopted sister whose mother abused drugs, and I understand where Keisha's coming from, blah, blah, blah. So they both talked apparently offline, and they hopped on Twitter like this weekend or something like that. So I was like, I got to ask Lil Mo, who's been very vocal about it, how she feels about, them kind of being.
I didn't know they apologized. Well, look at God. Sometimes all you got to do is say sorry and mean it, and then keep it moving. Because life is too short. That's very honorable. Like, I'm going to tell you what hurt me most. And everybody thought I was laughing out at Keisha. I was just like, no. Because she's dope. She's freaking gorgeous. And I just, like, I mostly speak to Elite and Neffy more. But just their whole energy, like, they just be turned up. So the whole thing was just like, when she fired Manny, I was just like, to me, that was the beginning to the end. I don't know what happened and why, but then sometimes when people let certain people go, you just like, oh my God, that was your safety net. That was your, I watched Grey's Anatomy, like, that's my person. To me, that was her person. Like, they had been through thick and thin together. So then when she let him go, I was just like, it just seemed like it was a downward spiral. She was just being real reckless on Twitter. And I was just like, baby girl, like, you're famous. Like, you don't have to do that. You could have somebody make a fake Twitter account, and you could go by a fake name and voice your concerns and opinions. But when you're coming from your personal case with the logo, which is the blue check, or when you're verified, that don't look good all the time, especially if you ain't a radio personality or if that's what you know for. Now, if she's known for that type of behavior, like just being off the cuff and stuff like that and saying stuff, then so be it. But a lot of people didn't respond well to what she did.
Yeah. Okay. What's the craziest rumor you've heard about yourself?
Let me see. probably everything, child. People just be making up stuff. People, I can't even think. Everybody used to think me and Fab went together. I was like, for what? I've never dated anybody in the music industry. Like, and I won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've heard all kind of crazy stuff about yourself.
I've heard so much crazy stuff. People used to say, oh, the only reason why certain people have her around because she's messing with the truth. They used to think me and Dowdness. I was like, come on, dude, I've never even seen him naked. Like, people just assume. I'm just like, son, people be making up, they make up everything. So it's just like nothing. I be laughing at this stuff.
Okay. Have you followed the Tamar Braxton versus K. Michelle beef?
Okay. You know, I'm friends, and I'm cool with the Scorpion show and stuff like that, people like that. So I'll, like, see a lot of people's recants. But I saw something today. Everybody sends me stuff, and then I'll go look it up. Because I don't just sit and just be, like, reading stuff. But I saw where Tamar was going. Tower 105, oh, my God. And she was just like, listen, I sold 100,000 my first week. We don't even need to have this conversation. And I was just like, oh, my God. I personally think this, and this is from a business standpoint, this has nothing to do with anybody, because I think like they're both dope. They're both on reality TV. They maximize the platform. So they was like somebody, I don't know who brought up the name Vince. I don't know how his name got thrown into it, but Vince is very powerful. I always tell people, just know who everybody is and just be careful what you say about people. Because if people that are alleging that they pay for their sales, imagine if they could pay for their sales if they could do yours. Like, that's why I'm just like, oh, come on. If you're going to beef, don't get the family or nobody else that has nothing to do with it involved. Or just ignore it. Just be like, oh, that's what's up. And if people are like, oh, my God, blah, blah, because people are jump to conclusions. But when you subtweet it and saying some side things that don't have nothing to do with anything, and he's neutral, but he's powerful, like, it's just like you have to be real careful. But, you know, people get caught up in these sales and these hypes. I'm just like, hey, man, as long as we're doing music and doing what we love, can't we all just get along? Like, I don't get the. I've always learned that if my life, limb, or property is in danger, there's no reason to be. Like, it doesn't exist. So I don't. And then everybody taking it to Twitter. It's just getting out of hand. It's just getting out of hand. So even with some of the things I do, I even fell back off a lot of stuff too from doing certain things. So I was just like, yo, people will take it the wrong way and push it up and then think I'm hating and stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? You know the best way to stay out of trouble is don't even go near it.
Yeah. What keeps you up at night?
My kids.
Okay.
They be up and turned up.
Right. We know obviously you're a singer and you're a reality star. Without those titles, who really are you?
Domestic Donna. Oh my God. I was gonna say, if I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, I think all I would want to do is be a wife and mom. Like I love singing and entertaining with a passion, but nothing gives me greater joy like than being with my family and just being around them all day. It's crazy that I'm so outgoing, but I'm introverted as hell. Like, that's how my kids are, and I don't want it to be considered like Mr. Street was being shady, but I'm really to myself. I really don't be like, yo, we gotta hang out. Blah blah. I have very little amount of celebrity friends, because those are considered to me my coworkers. So I don't hang out. I don't do the party. Like, I don't do that. I chill with my kids and my husband, and we have like so much fun.
Okay. What last question? What does God mean to you?
Everything. Know him, know me. But if you know him, you gonna know me. Now, but he means everything, because I know that. I mean, I'm a church girl all day. That's who I am at heart. Like, I love going to church. I love shouting. I love praising. That's what I do. As soon as I get in church, if they don't have no shouting music, then I can't even deal with it. But like that, he's the reason for everything. My success, and sometimes he'll sit you down, so you can be like, well, Lord, he'll let you know. Right. Don't start smelling yourself. I'll sit you down. So I thank God for that. You know, for everything that has happened in my life. Even when I thought I was failing and wanted to quit and, you know, wanted to give up, he just let me know, I got you. And I really prayed about everything, every move I made. My dad told me, he was like, make sure you pray before you make a decision. Because sometimes out of excitement and anxiousness, you just like, oh, they call, they want to do this. But all money ain't good money. You know, everybody ain't your friend. And I've had to learn that. I've had to be, because isolation will, as for the point, laws of power, sometimes isolation is, that's dangerous. But sometimes you have to fall back, and the people have to want you back, and then you have to give them everything. So, I'm just glad for my time off because I'm back and I'm going full swing. So, really, there's nothing that can stop me because God is for me, and he's really working on me because I be cussing a little bit too, but that's about it. I'm not a troublemaker. I'm not evil. I'm not mean spirit. I just love to literally have fun. If I could laugh the whole day, I literally would. Okay. Everything is a joke to me. I laugh at funerals. I laugh at people that be falling. I'll be like, oh my God. I laugh at people I always be like, okay, this is something about me that's weird. I love when I get to a red light and I'll see somebody in a hover round, and the whole time they're riding across the street, I said, I plead the blood of Jesus that their battery don't cut off or that the light don't change. That's something I do. I'm like, wait, we got to sit right here. And I'll be like, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Please let them make it across the street. I don't know why. I'm just I don't ever want to, because I've seen somebody hitting one before. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? You saw that person there. Why would you, it only goes 5 miles per hour.
Right.
So,
yeah.
That's about it.
Okay, so anything else you want to talk about before I let you go?
Just that I'm a diva and Ellie's Up singles. I maximize my whole platform. And just basically thank everybody for the support. People could have been like, nah, we good on Mo. Ain't nobody checking for you, but people are really checking. So I'm just going to make sure that I be the best that I can be from here on out, because it's only, fall to the top from here on out. I have no reason to go backwards at